Good morning. Okay, can we start today? I am Deepthi. I will be teaching chemistry from today. Okay, you have already discussed about the three states of matter. We have solids, liquid and gases and their properties, right? We have already discussed, Shiny ma'am have already discussed about the three states of matter. Now we will go to the next session, how we can change one state of matter to another one. Okay, one state of matter to another one. Okay, can we change the state of matter? Yes, we can change the state of matter by changing two factors, that is pressure and temperature. We can change one state of matter to another. Okay, second is what happened to the particles of matter during this change. We will discuss about that also during these sessions. Then how is this changes takes place, we will discuss about that also. First factor which is responsible for the change of this matter is temperature. Okay, by changing the temperature of a particular matter, okay, during this session we will take ice, water and water vapor are examples. Okay, as examples. So first we will change the temperature and we can check what all changes will happen when we change the temperature of a particular state. Okay, now we will start with an experiment. First, we will take a beaker full of ice and we will put one thermometer into it and we will start boiling the ice. Okay, we will start rising the temperature of the ice. Okay, so what happened? As we all know, what happens if we keep ice in boiling water or ice to boil, what happens? It will start melting. Okay, the ice will start melting. We all know about that. Okay, the ice will start melting if we apply external heat to it, or if we keep it open, what happens? Ice will start melting. Excuse me, ice will start to melt. The temperature at which ice start melting is called its melting point. Okay, the temperature at which ice will start to melt is called its melting point. The melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, the melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius. After, when it's start to boil also, we are continuously giving the temperature. After a few minutes, in the second picture you can see that the temperature in the second picture, it is a beaker where there is ice along with water. Okay, ice along with water, but the temperature is still 0 degrees Celsius. That means that if we are applying extra heat also, it started melting, then also the temperature is not rising up. The temperature is remaining same. Okay, the temperature is remaining same. Why this is happening? If we are applying heat, the temperature should increase, right? But it is not happening here. It is remaining as such. It is remaining as 0 only. Okay, this is because as we are applying temperature, the ice cubes are absorbing that heat. Okay, the ice cubes are absorbing that heat to break the attraction between particle and particle. You have learned that every molecule, solids are, in solids, the particles are highly, the attraction force between the particles are strong in solids. So, we have to apply extra amount of energy to break those bonds. Okay, so the energy we are applying is used to break the attraction force or increase the kinetic energy of the particles. then only they can, what happen, they can move from its state and move from its state. Okay. The temperature, as we are applying heat also, the temperature will remain constant as 0 until all the ice particles are melted completely and transferred into liquids. Okay. The temperature will be same till when? Till all the ice particles are completely melted. Okay. This heat is called latent heat of fusion. In the case of solid to liquid, this heat is called the latent heat of fusion. Okay. It is the amount of heat required to change 1 kilogram of solid into its corresponding liquid state. Okay. It is the extra amount of heat required or absorbed by the solid to change what? 1 kilogram of that particular substance to some 1 kilogram of solid of a substance to its liquid state. Okay. So what is melting point? Melting point means it is the temperature at which the solid start to melt. Okay. Melting point is the temperature at which the solid will start to melt. The temperature will remain constant until all the solid particles are melted completely. Okay. The temperature will remain constant until all the solid particles are what? Sorry. All the solid particles are melted completely. Until then, what happens? The temperature will remain constant. The temperature that is absorbed by the solid to what? Melt is called its. The temperature that is applied by the solid, okay, or the temperature required to melt 1 kg of solid to its liquid state is called latent heat of fusion. Okay, the melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius or 273 Kelvin. 0 degrees Celsius or 273 Kelvin. Next is we will convert liquid to gaseous state. Liquid to gaseous state. Okay. Liquid to gaseous state, what happened? In this experiment also we will take a beaker full of water and we will boil it with a thermometer in it. Okay. What happened? The water will rise its temperature. Normal temperature will be around 27 degrees Celsius. It will rise and become 100 degrees Celsius. At that temperature, what happened? The water will start to boiling. The water will start boiling and the temperature will remain constant. Until when? Until all the water molecules are transferred into water vapor. Okay? Just like ice, what happened here also? The temperature of the water will remain constant until all the water molecules are transferred into water vapor. Okay? The temperature at which the water boils is called its boiling point. Boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius or 373 Kelvin. We all know that. The boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius or 373 Kelvin. Here also, as we increasing in the heat, what happened? The temperature of the water is not rising. It is remaining constant until all the water all the water is vaporized. This temperature is called latent heat of vaporization. Latent heat of vaporization. Latent heat of vaporization means it is the amount of heat required to what? This is the amount of heat required to vaporize 1 kilogram of water or 1 unit of water into vapor. Okay, the latent heat of vaporization means it is the amount of heat required to vaporize 1 kilogram of water or unit volume of water to its vapor state. Clear? Next is we have already discussed about solid to liquid, solid to liquid, liquid to gas, and now next is solid to gas. How we can convert solid to gases? Okay, we can convert some substances directly from solid to gaseous state, solid state to gaseous state. Okay, that process is called sublimation. Okay, there are only a few substances that can be converted directly to the gaseous state from its solid state. Okay, example is camphor, ammonium chloride, the naphthalene balls, all the room fresheners, that bars we keep on our houses are example for substance showing sublimations. Okay, now for this we will take what we will take a china dish. In the china dish we will add some ammonium chloride along with a common salt, and we will close the china dish with a conical funnel. The end of this funnel will be covered with cotton. Okay, and we will heat it up. Okay, we will apply temperature to the china dish. After a few minutes we can observe that after a few minutes we can observe that the ammonium chloride, okay, ammonium chloride will be vaporized and go up, and it will be settled in the corners or the sides of the funnel. Okay, the ammonium chloride that we have added on the china dish will vaporize, and it will come to the edges of the funnel, and it is solidified there. Okay, when the ammonium chloride vapors reaches the cold surface of the funnel, it will settle there. Okay, and the common salt will remain the china dish itself. Okay, this is an example for substance which is converted to solid to gas, and when it is cooled, what happens? It will again come to its solid state. Like that, camphor is an example. If we keep camphor, what happens? It will vaporize. Similarly, if we take naphthalene balls, most of our homes we have naphthalene balls. Naphthalene balls or this Odonil and that room freshener things. What happens? It is also a bar. If you keep it in your room or washroom or somewhere, what happens after a few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, they will only the packet. The content will have vaporized. Okay, if we cover it with a cold surface or something cool outside that, it will settle outside that. Okay, these are solid to gas. There are some substances which can be converted directly into gaseous state from solid state. Example are ammonium chloride, camphor, naphthalene, etc. Okay, next we will. Okay, now we have discussed about the temperature which help in the change of matter. First one is solid to liquid. In solid to liquid, what happen? The solid will be, when we apply heat to any solid substance, just like ice, what happen? It will start melting. The temperature at which it will start melting is called its melting point. Melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius or 273 Kelvin, and the temperature will remain as 0 degree until what happen? All the ice cubes are converted into all the ice cubes get converted into water molecules. The temperature will remain as 0 itself. This is called the latent heat of fusion. Latent heat of fusion means it is the amount of heat required to melt. It is the amount of heat required to melt 1 kilogram of solid to its corresponding liquid. Second is liquid to gas. Liquid to gas means the boiling point. When we heat a liquid, after attaining its boiling point, it will start boiling. Boiling point means the temperature at which a substance a liquid start to boil. It's called its boiling point. After attaining the boiling point, what happens? The temperature will remain constant until all the liquid is vaporized. Okay, this is the latent heat of vaporization. Latent heat of vaporization means the amount of heat energy required to convert 1 kilogram or unit volume of liquid to its corresponding gas. Next is solid to gas, that is sublimation, when a solid converting into its gaseous state without going to liquid state is called sublimation, or vice versa. Gas without going to liquid state converted into solid is also called sublimation. Okay. Example is ammonium chloride, camphor, naphthalene, etc. The second factor that will help in the change of matter is pressure. Okay. Pressure is another factor which will help in the change of matter. Okay. Pressure, if we apply pressure, what happens? In this picture, there is a container. We are applying pressure to this gas. Okay. Pressure to the gas, we are increasing the pressure and decreasing the temperature of this particular gas. What happens? We are increasing the pressure and increasing the pressure and decreasing the temperature. Okay. As we increase the pressure and decrease the temperature of a gas, it will start to liquefy. Okay. It will start to convert into liquid. Okay. If we apply pressure to a gas by lowering the temperature, what happens? It will start to liquefy. Okay. Then also what? Then we are continuously applying pressure and decreasing the temperature, it will start to become solid. Okay. It will start to become solid. In this solid, we can reverse this process also. If we decrease the pressure and increase the temperature of certain solid, it will start to liquefy and it will start to become solid again. Okay. This process is a reversible process. Example is dry ice. Dry ice is solid carbon dioxide. If we apply high pressure on carbon dioxide gas by lowering its temperature, what happens? The carbon dioxide will become a solid mass. Okay. If we apply high pressure to carbon dioxide, and we should store it on high pressure also. Okay. If we apply high pressure to carbon dioxide and we have lower the temperature of carbon dioxide, what happens is, if we apply high pressure to carbon dioxide and we will decrease the temperature, what happens? It will solidify. Okay, it will become a solid carbon dioxide, which is called dry ice. Dry ice is used as refrigerant in many restaurants and somewhere like that. Dry ice is used. You have seen the stage shows where there is lot of fog. Okay, this dry ice is exposed there. Dry ice, they will bring close dry ice and they will keep it there. When it is needed, what happens? They will open it up. Then all these fumes will come. This is actually carbon dioxide. Okay. This is the example for effect of pressure. What if we apply pressure to a gas and lowering the temperature, what happens? Its temperature, it will convert it to liquid, and we will again apply pressure, it will convert to solid. Example is carbon dioxide, dry carbon dioxide or dry ice. Okay, dry ice is an example for this. If we apply high pressure to carbon dioxide, what happens? It will start to become solid. Okay, and we should store it in high pressure itself. Otherwise, it will again convert it to what? Vapor state or gaseous state. Okay, Now, next is, this is a summary. Okay, we can change the state of matter by varying its temperature or applying temperature or applying pressure. If we apply temperature to a solid, it will melt and become a liquid. We again apply temperature to liquid, what happens? It will vaporize and it will come to a gaseous state. Okay. In gaseous state, what happens? If we decrease the temperature and apply some pressure, it will condense and get transferred into liquid. Again, we will lower the temperature, what happens? It will get converted into solid state. It will be easy for you to take water as example. Water exists in all the three forms, so it will be easy for you. If we raise the temperature of ice or solid form of water, what happens? Sorry, decrease the temperature, what happens? Sorry, if we increase the temperature of ice or solid water, it will get converted into normal water. The temperature at which it starts to melt is called its melting point. The temperature will remain same until all the ice cubes or ice is melted to become water. This is called the latent heat of fusion. Then we will again apply temperature to the liquid or water. What happens? It will start boiling and it will get converted into gaseous state. Okay. The temperature at which the water or any liquid start boiling is called its boiling point. Sorry. The temperature will remain like that until all the liquid or water is converted into its gaseous state. That temperature is called latent heat of vaporization, and it will become what? Gaseous state. Next is solid to directly to gaseous state. If we increase the temperature of certain solids like camphor, ammonium chloride or naphthalene, what happens? It will get converted into gaseous state directly without going into the liquid state. It is called sublimation. This is the reversible process. If we apply if we decrease the temperature of that particular gas, it will come back to its solid state directly. Okay, if we apply temperature to a particular gas, if we reduce the temperature of a particular gas, it will get condensed and it will come back to its liquid state. If we again reduce the temperature, that liquid will come back to its solid state. Okay, now these are the here we said that if we convert a solid to liquid, its temperature will remain constant until all the substance is melted or all the substance is melted. Solid melted temperature remains same. Why? Okay, because this temperature is utilized to increase the kinetic energy of it will increase the kinetic energy of the particles. This will result in breakage of the bonds. In solids, what happens? All the particles are in strong force of attraction, right? If we apply temperature, this kinetic energy of these particular particles will increase and they can break the attraction force between these two particles and it will convert it into its next stage. Okay, if we are taking our ice, it will convert it into water. All these energy or heat is utilized to break the bond or increase the kinetic energy of the particles. Okay. Next is we can see water vapors in the outside of a glass containing cold water. If we keep, all of us have noticed that if we keep a glass of water in the if we keep a ice cold water outside of a glass of ice cold water outside, they will form water droplets will form outside the glass. Okay, this is an example of condensation. Okay, the water vapor or vapor in the atmosphere will get condensed by coming in contact with that cold surface. All the water vapor will come in contact with that cold surface and it will condense in the outer side of that glass. Okay, that's why we are seeing all this water droplets outside the our glass. Okay, next is one thing we have to discuss is if we get burned with boiling water and steam, which will be severe. The burn formed with water steam will be severe, because if it is boiled, the boiled water or steam come with contact with our skin, what happen? It will liberate the energy that it have absorbed during the vaporization or boiling process. Okay, while boiling it is only rising the temperature like that, but when it is converted to steam, what happen? It is also absorbing the latent heat of vaporization. That extra amount of energy is also coming to our skin. Okay, that is why the steam causes severe burns than boiling water. When the water is boiling, it is absorbing energy. When it is converted into steam, what happen? It is have absorbed the latent heat also. So that extra energy is coming to our skin. Okay, that's why this steam will cause severe burns than boiling water. Okay. Next is, okay, we will discuss once more. Can we change the state of matter? Yes, we can change the state of matter by varying the temperature or by varying the pressure. We can change the state of matter. We can change the state of matter by varying the temperature or pressure. What happened to the particle of matter during the change of its state? What happened to the particle of matter? If it is solid, it will have a fixed position. There is strong attractive force and everything like that. It have a complete structure. When we are increasing the temperature, what happens? This particle will start to moving from its position, or the attractive force between these particles will be break and it will come to the another state. Liquid also the same will happen. Okay, there is a small attraction between particles in the liquid state. It will break that attraction force and it will move to the gaseous state. When we change when we change from one state of matter to another, what happen? The particle will, if we are changing from solid to liquid, the attractive forces decreases and it will be free. Okay, next is, how does these changes takes place? When we increase the temperature, what happen? When we increases the temperature of a solid, it will start to melt. When it reaches its melting point, it will start to melt. Okay, the melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius or 273 Kelvin. Okay, there how is this conversion happening? 0 degree to or 273 Kelvin. Okay, Kelvin is the SI unit of temperature. Celsius, Fahrenheit, all these are units of temperature, but Kelvin is the SI unit of temperature. We can convert a temperature in degrees Celsius to Kelvin by adding 273. Okay, 0 degrees Celsius or 273 Kelvin. We can we can convert a temperature at degrees Celsius to its Kelvin value by adding 273. Okay, that means 0 degrees Celsius means 273 Kelvin. 25 degree will means 25 plus 273. Okay, 298, like that. We can reverse it also. If the temperature is given in Kelvin scale, like 298 Kelvin. Okay, we can convert it in degrees Celsius by subtracting 273. Okay. Degree Celsius to Kelvin, if you have to convert degree Celsius to Kelvin, add 273. Okay, 273. 0 degree Celsius means 273 Kelvin. Okay. So, by increasing the temperature of a solid, we can melt the solid. The point at temperature at which the solids start to melt is called its boiling point. The temperature will remain as such until all the solid is melted. That is called latent heat of fusion. Next is when we increase the temperature of a liquid, it will start boiling at its boiling point, and it will remain as such until all the liquid is become vapor. It is called latent heat of vaporization. Next is when a solid is converted into gas directly without going into the liquid state, it is called sublimation. Okay, examples: ammonium chloride, camphor, and naphthalene balls or naphthalene. Next factor which will result in the change is its pressure. When we apply pressure to a gas, what happens? It will start to liquefy. If we increase the pressure and decrease the temperature, a gas will start to liquefy. Okay, and again we will continuously apply pressure and decrease the temperature, it will solidify. Okay, and if we release the pressure, it will again reverse its states. Dry ice is an example for this. If we apply pressure and lower the temperature of carbon dioxide, what happens? It will change into solid carbon dioxide. The solid carbon dioxide is called dry ice. When we release the pressure, it will get converted directly into carbon dioxide. This is used at stations or refrigerators, like if you are using external refrigerants, it is used as that. This is a summary. Solid will be melted and can be transferred into liquid. Liquid, if we apply the temperature, it will get transferred into gas by vaporization. If we reduce the temperature, gases will get condensed and become liquid. Then also if we decrease the temperature, it will freeze and it will convert it into solid. Sublimation, so if we increase the temperature of a solid, it will directly go into gaseous state without coming to liquid. It is called sublimation. This is a reversible process. Sir. Okay, what is latent heat of fusion? What is latent heat of fusion? It is the temperature required to it is the temperature required to liquefy 1 kg of solid. Okay, when a solid melts, the temperature remains same. Why? The temperature we are applying is used to increase the kinetic energy of the particle or break the intermolecular force of attraction. Okay, what is sublimation? Sublimation means if a particle is directly converted, if a solid is directly converted into its gaseous state without coming into the liquid state, is called sublimation. Okay, next is suggested method to liquefy atmospheric gases. We can liquefy atmospheric gases by applying high pressure and lowering the temperature. Clear? One more thing, we can convert temperature in degrees Celsius to Kelvin by adding 273 to it. Okay, that means if you add 270 degrees Celsius means 273 Kelvin, 100 degree means 100 plus 273, 373 Kelvin. It is 25 degrees Celsius means 25 plus 273, 298, like that. It is a easy process. Reversely, we can also convert Kelvin to degrees Celsius. So we have to minus this 273. Means 273 minus 0 is 0 degrees Celsius. If the temperature is 300 Kelvin, if you want to convert that into degrees Celsius, what? 300 minus 273, it will come around 27 degrees Celsius, like that. Okay. If you have to convert degrees Celsius to Kelvin scale, what happens? We have to add 273. Kelvin scale to Celsius scale, we have to minus 273. Clear?